This video is going to teach you a little bit about our new app called KidEditor, TLP. And KidEditor, TLP stands for the Three Little Pigs. What you're going to be able to do with this app is two unique features compared to any other book that you're going to see out there on an app or an ebook. You're going to be able to edit the story, and you're also going to be able to just write. Uh, we're talking about kids that are either in like first grade through third grade, and it depends on their reading ability. So they're not going to write in the traditional way. So this app has two unique features. The question mark here will go through and explain how the app works. I'm going to do that for you, but I'll just flip through just to show you that there are like four screens that you're going to see. In particular, I want to point out our website, KidEditor.com. You can click on that. The other thing I want to point out is this red option. When you tap that, it resets the app back to the way it was when you first got it. And that'll make more sense here in just a little bit. As you see it up here above, it's going through and it's kind of changing some of the words. That's going to be related to the edit portion of the app. So I'm going to click or tap on edit. What I want you to see is that
underline words to change the story. Also touch the page number to have the story read back to you.
the very first time that you start up the app, it will give you some verbal instructions when you click on edit and write just in case that a person didn't want to go through and read the instructions. So that's what that was that you just heard. The words of the story show up here. The traditional story, the classic story of the Three Little Pigs. If you click the arrows, you can go through. There are 32 pages. Back arrow takes you backwards. Main menu takes you to the main menu. At any time you see that, it's usually always available. So what you think? Well, this looks just like a typical story. So you
Once upon a time there.
So when they move their finger across, it shows up above. This is really handy, especially for the iPhone or iPod Touch, because your finger covers up the word as they're running it across.
Was a mother.
What's unique, though, about this app versus every other ebook out there is that this one's editable. So any underlined word you can change just by tapping on it and holding down.
Father. Sister. Brother.
Maybe this one's going to be about a brother. Let's see.
Sow.
This story.
Hippo. Parrot.
Maybe we're going to write a story about a brother parrot who lived in, maybe not an old. Let's try something else.
Smelly.
Maybe they lived in a smelly
barn. Shack
with, and this ought to probably become her. Instead of her, it should be his.
His.
Or it goes back and forth. It
her.
toggles back and forth, and when you let up on the
his.
It'll select it. And this very first page really is significant because this is where you title your book.
3.
We're going to write a story about the mean,
little, large, tiny,
the tiny, let's do
babies,
let's do birds. So as you go through, there are other choices. Sometimes it'll automatically fill it in. As you can see, tiny birds are changed here. Every underlined word can be changed just by touching them for 2 seconds, and then it starts to cycle through choices. You can press the page number.
Once upon a time there was a brother parrot.
And when you let up, it stops. So you can have it read back to you, or the child can, or they can run their finger across it if they like. And as they do, it'll read the story back to them. So let's go back to the main menu. And if you notice up here, the mean tiny birds. Now the story is about birds. And they've edited the title of the story. So it's not even about the Three Little Pigs anymore. Everything that they do is automatically saved. So if they were to quit, start back up, it would still remember these choices. And there are 32 pages. And each page probably has 5, 6, sometimes even more than that, up to 10 different things that they can change. Maybe it's not even about a wolf. For example, in the story,
lion.
Maybe it's going to be about a lion. And if you hold down choices, you have
tiger.
It could be a tiger,
bear, wolf.
And so it cycles through, and a child can edit the story. And this is designed again for like first grade through third grade students, and they can learn about the choices that they make and how it impacts the story. So that's why it's called KidEditor. The main feature of this app is editing, and I, as far as I know, this is the only app out there that allows a student to edit an, a story easily. The other key feature, though, and I hate to dismiss it as important as edit, even though edit's really cool, is write. And kids have a hard
You
time.
may create your own story by touching the words below, then tapping in the 4 spaces between each line. Hold down on the page number to have the story read back to you.
Okay, so the first time it again gives you some instructions, but in a nutshell, you tap a word and they can just start to write. The pigs ran, and let's say to, let's say they were going to run to somewhere. Let's hold down on the,
tasted,
and it's going to run through a bunch of other choices. And when we see the word TO, we're going to let up.
There,
and these stories, these words were in the Three Little Pigs. And it's alphabetical, or it's supposed to be alphabetical as it runs through there. So we're getting close to TO. So I let up, and then that's how you select the other words. And if you hold down on the button, the page number.
The pigs ran to.
And if you hit the eraser, it would erase the whole page. There are 4 times 7 areas. There's up to 28 words they can put on a page, and there's 10 pages if you go to the next page and come back, so forth. Little tips. This is a blank. You can blank out words.
Blank.
And this is, besides a period, you can also have question marks and exclamation points.
Question mark. Comma.
And so if they wanted to have a comma, you could do that sort of thing. So the other tip that I'll give you on the free writing, there's 10 pages that the kids can write anything they want from words in the story. As they hold down on the page number, if they also touch the picture, they can choose different pigs. There are pictures of pigs, wolves, and birds. And then it'll cycle through, and if you wanted to select that one, and if you tap it now,
the pigs ran.
It'll have that picture associated with that page when they go to read it. There's also a black screen that would cover up all these words if they don't want to use any picture. So that's automatically saved, and kind of gives you an overview of KidEditor. First story to let you edit a book electronically, and it's also got a neat little word processor that little kids can use. And in a nutshell, this is a one-of-a-kind app. Hope you try it out, and if you do, give me some feedback on my website. Thanks.